Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I'm very excited about this new aspect of Contend. As you know, this is Masculinity Mondays segment. This is our first one besides our introduction video, so I'm very excited about it. And just a little bit about this, as I said in the intro, I believe biblical masculinity is balanced masculinity. And what I mean by that is we must learn to balance the masculine side of masculinity as far as the hunting and fishing and sports and changing attire and things of that nature. We must balance that with the formal aspects of masculinity, how to tie a tie, how to dress up, how to be formal in our lives. And we need to balance those things. But I think what is most important and the most crucial thing, and that's why I'm making this the first episode, is the spiritual masculinity. And what I mean by spiritual masculinity would be more a spiritual maturity, applying principles from God's word in order to make us better in our daily lives, as far as with our finances or in interaction with our parents, or if you're older with your spouse, or in any situation, relationships, I should say. You need to apply those principles of God's word, and that'll make you more masculine in the other areas as we apply the principles of God's word. I just want to point something out that I think is very important. So let's jump into the book of Proverbs, the first chapter. I'm going to read the first 4 verses of Proverbs 1, and I want you to notice something here. It says, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, and to the young man knowledge and discretion. What I want you to notice from here is something very important, that the only specific audience given for the book of Proverbs is the young man. I think that's a very interesting thing. Many times we look at the book of Proverbs, and I've long been a proponent of reading a chapter in the book of Proverbs every day along with your normal devotions, because it's broken up into 31 chapters. You can read it through in a month, start it over. But it is interesting that all of the things written in Proverbs, so many things about finances, about the home, about relationships, and things I was talking about just a moment ago, are written in the book of Proverbs. And we think, oh, everyone says to read it, and we just think it's for teenagers or whatever. And the fact of the matter is, it's very important for us as young people and moving up into young adults, and then even further into adulthood, to apply the things that we learn in the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs, as I just said, is written to the young men. And if you skip to chapter 7 about the young man, it says he was void of understanding, and we would read that chapter and say, I don't want to be that man. But the interesting thing is, it says to the young man knowledge and discretion. So if we want to avoid the pitfalls that we read in the book of Proverbs, we need to apply the things that we see written in the book of Proverbs. So I think it's very important. I would encourage you to start. Today is May 4th when this video released. If you're watching it later, it's just hard then, but you can start today. Read Proverbs chapter 4. Read through it. There's 31 days in May, so that's really helpful. You can read the whole book and then start again next month, and just strive to be spiritually mature. Because as we grow spiritually, that helps us in every aspect of life, in every aspect of masculinity. As we go forward in these, as I said, not all of them, we're going to talk about both sides. We're going to talk, or all of the sides, really, the manly side, the hunting, fishing, the things that we think of when we think of being manly. We're going to talk about the formal things, the things that are very important. We're going to talk about spiritual things as well. Some very important things that I think will be very crucial for us as we strive to grow as men, as we contend for the faith. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Masculinity Mondays. I'm excited to continue through this as we go. And if this is the first time you're hearing about Contend, you don't know anything about it, you just saw this maybe shared by someone, you don't know about what else we do here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We have a Contend podcast that we release every Friday, and you won't want to miss that. But as we go through Masculinity Mondays, some of the spiritual things we're going to be talking about are from this book, The 21 Tenets of Biblical Masculinity by Pastor Jerry Jerry Ross from Jasonville, Indiana. This is a very good book. I'm going to be referencing a lot. I'll leave a link for it in the description if you want to pick up a copy. But we're going to be looking through a lot of these things, not every week, but throughout the times through it, the spiritual things especially, we're going to pull out of this book. It's a good resource. But as I said, like the page, subscribe to it, turn on the notifications. Leave us a comment what you thought of the video, maybe some topics you'd like us to cover throughout the Masculinity Mondays. And don't forget, don't be a pretender, but be a contender.